Testing. Testing. Maybe turn it down a hair. Now it's echoing again. Let's start this show. Give yourselves a big round of applause. There we go. And now it's echoing. Now it's echoing. Not echoing. Test. It's still, I don't.
Let's use big voices.
Testing. Hello? Test. Echo. Could we run a hard mic down here real quick? Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Testing. Test. Testing. Testing. It's late. Testing. Test. Testing. It's not on at all. It's not out at all. Test. You can do that. Test. Testing. Test. Testing. Hey, we're getting there. Okay. We ready? Are you guys ready now? All right. Welcome to the Senior Awards Assembly. We continue to get creative on how we bring events to you as we've moved throughout this crazy year. But today it's the start. Actually, this Friday is the start of celebrating Senior Week. Between this event, prom, softball game, there's a lot going on here in the next week in celebration of you. We cannot say enough about how resilient you've been, and I know you're going to probably hear that word over and over again, but you're here. And I know some of you are still battling, getting to that finish line, and we're sure you're going to get there. You will get there because you are who you are. So we're running a combo show today. So typically in a normal year, we would be running a senior department award last week and then this on Friday. So we're kind of double dipping today. So we're going to start with the senior department awards. It's a presentation put together by Jamie, and these honors were selected on by your teachers for their certain content areas. Little bit different in regards to how we're going to present awards. Rather than having people come up on the stage, we're going to actually bring your award to you. So the only awards that, well, actually, we'll probably have people receiving cords come up and get them because there's so many of you. But we're going to deliver them to you. The one other thing that I'd like to try today, because I know you guys have sat in this assembly before, and it's usually 2.5 hours long, and it won't be that long today. So to save your hands, once the award winner is given or their names are read, I'd like you guys to do 2 claps for those people. So for example, if we say, this scholarship goes to Mr. Donaldson, and then you go, and then we go on to the next award. Okay, so everybody gets the same kind of recognition, and our hands don't get tired, and you stop clapping and start smacking your friend in the face because it sounds the same, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so with that being said, here are the recipients of the Senior Department Awards.
Take pride in how far you've come, and have faith in how far you'll go.
What we have to decide is what to do with the time that's given to us. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. Now, I'm sure your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you get something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Fall forward. This is what I mean. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. My wife told me this great expression: to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
You know what I think? Honestly, I think that once you're out there and you're doing your thing out there, I think you can be really great. Really great.
Okay, we're back on. Congratulations. One more big round of applause for the department winners. That's good stuff right there. And now we're going to move on into our scholarship program. We have a number of committee members that are here today. Mrs. Reeves, Miss Earl, Miss Maxey, Miss Fowler, Miss Deitwig, Elaine, Miss Thomas, Miss Donahue, Mr. Ruiz, and Mr. Donaldson, and Miss Lewis, all a part of the team and working to make this happen. Oh, and Mr. Hooper, give them all a round of applause. We'll even let Hooper join in. I didn't recognize you, Hooper, because you were in a collared shirt. The cool thing about today is it is a chance to honor the great work of a number of people in your class. I think somewhere around, I don't know, Miss Maxey will mention, I think, later in the program, but I think we're giving somewhere around $95,000 in scholarships out today. That's pretty good money. So with that being said, we're going to introduce our first speaker to give out awards, Miss Bergquist. Come on up.
I'll be sure not to lick it. I do have to say, first off, I'm a little surprised to see Mr. Hooper running technology today, but you've come a long way this year, Mr. Hooper. Good job.
And you to class. So, congratulations, Mr. Donaldson.
Perfect. I will be presenting the Bergquist Scholarship for Future Educators. This scholarship was initiated in 2017 by Charles and Karen Bergquist, my in-laws, former educators in the Longview School District. The intent is to assist and encourage young people who have a strong interest in a career in education. The scholarship is open to a student interested in teaching or other education-affiliated careers. The Bergquist felt that the scholarship was a way to give back to their profession. They believe that educators are a vital key to the success of our nation and culture. This year's recipient of a $1,000 scholarship is Sarah Smith. Next, I'm going to be presenting the CVG, the Columbia Valley Gardens Scholarship, where staff at some of the local elementary schools pool their money together to give a $250 scholarship to a student who attended that school. There are many students who have left lasting impressions on CVG staff, and this year, the student who will be receiving the $250 scholarship from Columbia Valley Gardens is Chloe Oberlo. And next, Mr. Donaldson. They didn't clap for you.
You get better claps. Thank you. All right. Good morning. I have the honor of giving out several of our scholarships for our service organizations here in the Longview-Kelso area. I will be given, I think, 12 scholarships to start for our Rotary as well as our local Lions organization. So without further ado, let's get started. The first 4 that I have are all from the Early Bird Rotary group. Mr. Hooper, there's 4, so hold on before you press next, okay? So receiving a $1,000 Carl Devon scholarship is Chloe Oberlo. The second one for $1,000 is the Warren Morris Memorial Scholarship to Skylar Estelle. Our third is brand new. It's the Dave Rodman Memorial Scholarship for Miss Maddie Barker. And our final one is for $750, the Emery B. Piper Memorial Scholarship to Shelby Stevens. There we go. Our next, the next scholarships that I'm going to hand out, or I'm going to read, are for the Noon Rotary. So we have an Early Bird Rotary and then a Noon one. The Noon one gives out 8 total scholarships to the Longview-Kelso area, RA Long students. We have 2 RA Long students who are recipients of $1,500 apiece. And those 2 scholarships go to Malia Alexander and Chloe Oberlo. Somebody's cleaning house already. All right. The next scholarship I get to read is also for the Noon Rotary. This is the Bassett McCrae Memorial Scholarship. This is given to a student who demonstrates academic achievement as well as proven leadership skills and also makes a contribution to their community. This year's $1,500 scholarship goes to Malia Alexander. Oh. I'm just going to keep rolling. All right. The next one I have the Lions, so Pioneer Lions. These first 2, the first one is the Don Peck Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Peck was a teacher, a coach, and an avid Lions volunteer. And this goes to a student who is well deserving of this. So the Don Peck Memorial Scholarship for $2,000 goes to Skylar Estelle. They're getting really good at that, Mr. Reeves, like real good out there. Our next one is for the Pioneer Lions is the Frank Brown Memorial Scholarship. This goes to a student who is going into vocational work. So whether that's a Peritech or instrumentation or some sort of vocational career. A $2,000 scholarship this year for Frank Brown goes to Jaden Garwood. All right. My next one is also for the Lions, Early Bird Lions Club. This is the Sig Hansen Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Hanson was a longtime Lion. He served as the district governor for our area clubs. He also was a graduate of RA Long, and also started a program here in the Longview School District to help with students affected by blindness. And so for the Sig Hansen Memorial Scholarship, $1,000 to Miss Maddie Barker. And the last one that I get to give for a little while is also from the Early Bird Lions organization. This is the Doug O'Connor Memorial Scholarship. Dr. O'Connor was a longtime Lions member. He also is an RA Long alumni. He also served as the president of the Alumni Association here at RA Long for a long time. And he just passed, gosh, probably been 4 or 5 years ago. And he was also a school board member from 1989 to 2001. This year, they are so graciously giving 2 $1,750 scholarships to Miss Isabel Carlton and Chloe Oberlo. And our next presenter is Mr. Michael Hooper. See, there you go.
Good morning. Okay, the first award that I have this morning is the Kiwanis Key Club Alice Robertson Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is given to a Key Club member whose focus is on assisting the Kiwanis of Longview to meet their community volunteer service goals. This year's recipient for $500 is Maddie Barker. The next award I have to present today is from Sierra Pacific. This scholarship is given to children of employees that work at Sierra Pacific and have maintained a high GPA, as well as being an all-around great student. This year's recipient for $2,500 is Miranda Allen. The third award I have to present today is the Scottish Rite Jim Davies Scholarship. The Jim Davies Scholarship was started about 25 years ago at Jim's passing. Jim Davies owned and operated Davies Jewelry with his wife for many years in Kelso. Jim was a member of the Kelso Valley of Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. His vision of a scholarship was to help local students who showed good work ethic and needed financial help. Each $500 scholarship is awarded to a boy and girl from each school in the program. This year's recipients for $500 each are James Gennaro and Chloe Oberlo. The last scholarship I will be presenting today is from the Windermere Real Estate. Windermere is a local real estate agency that loves serving our community as well as our high school seniors. This year's recipient for $1,000 is Skylar Estel.
All right, today I get the privilege and am honored to present 4 unique awards. The first one is the Bill Hecker Academic Scholarship, and this is awarded to the outstanding scholar athlete of the graduating class. Bill Hecker graduated from RA Long in 1969. He was a standout 3-sport athlete in football, basketball, and baseball. In addition to his athletic achievements, Bill was a gifted student. He graduated in the top 10% of his class, went to the University of Puget Sound on a full-ride football scholarship, where he graduated with honors and then earned a master's degree at Stanford University. He was a proud lumberjack all his life. This year, the Bill Hecker Academic Scholarship is awarded to Maya Bodley. The next one is the Joe Moses Award. Joe Moses of Castle Rock, Washington, was a former RA Long history teacher, basketball coach from 1946 to 1957. and he led the Lumberjacks to 7 conference titles and made 7 appearances at the state tournament with a cumulative record of 115-28. After leaving R.A. Long, Moses started the Mark Morris boys basketball program as their first boys coach from 57 to 59. Moses was later involved in multiple basketball programs in California, where he connected with UCLA's basketball coach John Wooden, who played a key role in commemorating Moses by endorsing the naming of R.A. Long Gym as the Joe Moses Court in 2007. Leroy and Carolyn Nelson have played a vital role maintaining this $1,000 scholarship for R.A. Long graduates. This year, there are 2 of them, each receiving $1,000, and those recipients are Bobby Clark and Jake Anderson. The next one is the David Sari Memorial Scholarship. The David Sari Memorial Scholarship is one of the most prestigious athletic scholarships given at R.A. Long High School. David Sari was a graduate of the class of 1972 from R.A. Long. As a student, Dave was an exceptional leader, serving as class president during his sophomore and senior years. He was an outstanding athlete, competing in swim, track and field and football. Dave was awarded a 4-year football scholarship to the University of Washington. Dave was a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and lived his life according to the 4 square principles of life taught by that organization, and these are physical, social, mental, and high moral standards. Dave was a young man of faith and lived his life accordingly, both on and off the field. After passing away in 1974, Tom Mays, Dave's R.A. Long football coach, along with other coaches and R.A. Long faculty, established the David Sari Memorial Fund in 1975. The David Sari Memorial Scholarship recipient represents and exemplifies the qualities of life that were most vital to David Sari's character. This year, the recipient of that scholarship is Maddie Barker.
Good morning, everybody. Bonjour tout le monde. I'm Jane Dykewig, former R.A. Long French teacher, Madame, and co-chair of the R.A. Long Scholarship Foundation. So thus we began giving the foundation scholarships at this point. On behalf of the scholarship committee and my graduating class of 2018, congratulations, seniors. We're really happy at least that you can be in the auditorium with us today. It took me 42 years to graduate from R.A. Long. So it is with personal admiration that I commend your perseverance in completing your second pandemic school year and being such an outstanding class. You're a pretty amazing group. In academics, there are 4 perfect grade point averages. And in spite of these crazy times, there are a host of others within a 1/10 of a point. Many of you have earned a 4-point GPA in the realm of character and embody and are the embodiment of R.A. Long's motto of respect, achieve, and lead. 28 years ago, we began planning for this day when the R.A. Long Foundation was established. Its purpose is to provide funds for worthy seniors so that they may continue their education. With contributions from classes, families, groups, and individuals, approximately 50 scholarships are awarded each year under the umbrella of the foundation, and we continue to grow. Kudos and gratitude to our donors for their ongoing support. And as I said last year, who knew? We miss seeing you, and we hope that you will be back on the stage here with us next year in 2022. In 2020, 5 new scholarships were launched, and in 2021, we're humbled to receive a very, very special new memorial scholarship, the Deputy Justin DeRosier Scholarship. Our entire community has been devastated at the loss of Deputy DeRosier, and we are deeply touched that his family has honored R.A. Long with a recipient of a new scholarship to be presented in a few minutes. Thank you. I can't start without acknowledging our amazing scholarship committee, especially co-chair Christina Reeves and Diane Morrow. Our entire committee has been Zooming to spread the wealth every Wednesday since March, and some of us started before that, I think in February. Many hours have led up for the scholarships that are about to be announced by our committee members. So here we go. Raleigh Johnson. Raleigh Johnson was R.A. Long's well-loved and respected principal for 25 years. And so much so that when he retired, along with his amazing tie collection, a scholarship was started in his name and continues to this day. It goes to someone who shows commitment and generosity. And this year, the recipient of $1,000 is rumored to be someone who calls Mr. Johnson Grandpa, and Mr. Johnson calls him Moose. That would be Gage Katera. Frank Handy, a beloved teacher and coach. Early in my career at R.A. Long, I had the honor of working with a kind and talented art teacher and coach named Frank Handy. Frank was an untiring advocate for his students and had a great sense of humor and a kind word for all. Frank passed away in 2019, and it was such a just tribute to him that the Handy family established a scholarship in his name. The $1,000 third annual Frank Handy Memorial is awarded to Allie Richardson. The Rick Arkell Next Step Foundation Fund began in 2019 and is awarded annually to a graduate who has helped the community and will be a full-time student next year. My husband was a judge on the recipient's senior oral panel and came away totally impressed with this person's uplifting personality, outlook on life, academics, and community service. $2,500 is awarded to Jetsavi Roca Andrade. The ServPro of Longview Kelso Grady Family Scholarship. The ServPro of Longview Kelso Scholarship started in 2018. The owner, Ryan Grady, was able to see the impact that the AVID program had on students at R.A. Long. Because of this, he was inspired to provide one AVID student with a $1,000 scholarship and further their education. This scholarship goes to an AVID senior who is kind, dedicated, and has persevered in order to make his or her dreams a reality. Congratulations to this year's winner, Chang Yu. The Judith Fusner Hogan Scholarship. The Judith Fusner Hogan Scholarship is now in its 23rd year and is one of our longest lived awards from a single family. It was initiated in 1998 by Judith's brother and sisters, shortly after she lost her life to colon cancer. Judy was a member of the R.A. Long 1956 graduating class and went on to attend Cal Poly. The Fusner family created this award to honor her life and interests such as reading, animals, and the outdoors, the natural beauty of the outdoors. The scholarship is targeted for seniors intending to attend a four-year college who have exhibited interests, characteristics, and goals similar to their sister. And this year, the family has selected two recipients for $1,000 each. The Judith Fusner Hogan Scholarships, plural, are awarded to Ernesto Luna and Alice Myers. Okay. The Nat Brothers. This marks the 20th year of the Nat Brothers College Scholarships. 20 years ago and $140,000 later, for which we are extremely grateful. The Nat McClellan family has a rich history in Longview, starting in 1923 when they established the Daily News, which remained in their family for many, many years. Scholarships are awarded annually to highly academic students who lettered in a varsity sport their senior year and who will be attending a four-year college. I'm particularly excited to announce these two winners of $4,000 each, as they were coincidentally my French students their freshman year. Donc, félicitations, Noah Gilchrist and Shayla Wen.
Good morning. So I have the pleasure and the honor of presenting the following awards. The first one is the Jerry E. White and Deanne Hollerman White Award. This is awarded to an outstanding senior who represents the motto of the high standards of R.A. Long: respect, achieve, lead, and will be attending LCC full-time. This scholarship, where there's two of them, for the amount of $5,000 each, is Maya Bodley and Kiana Strahan. The next award is the Paul Rocketman Loffman Award. So this award is intended for a student seeking a career in STEM or teaching. As a nation, we are falling behind in STEM graduates. Paul's company conducts classified spaceflight work. As an employer of engineers, Paul found a decreasing population of available citizen graduates acceptable. To encourage citizen engineers, he wanted to simulate those with STEM aptitudes to enter the field. Paul's alma mater is where he chose to start with this endowment. This endowment is in the amount of $1,000 to Cheng Yu. So the next award is the McCool Living Trust Healthcare Award. This award goes to a senior majoring in a public healthcare field. This award is in the amount of $1,000 to Maria Virgin. And the final award is the Deputy Justin DeRozier Memorial Award. With many generous donations from family, friends, community members, and individuals throughout the state, this scholarship was created in memory of Cowlitz County Sheriff's Deputy Justin DeRozier, who was killed in the line of duty in April 2019. Justin grew up attending Kelso Public Schools and graduated from Kelso High School. He furthered his education at Washington State University, go Cougs, and graduated with a degree in criminal justice. In 2011, he began his lifelong dream of becoming a law enforcement officer working in Bristol Bay, Alaska, Whitman County, Washington, and eventually called back home to protect and serve the community he grew up in, Cowlitz County. He excelled as an officer and was one that many continue to look up to both personally and professionally. Justin's death not only greatly impacted his friends and family, but this entire community. It is very humbling to be able to give back to our community in this way, providing financial assistance to a well-deserving student. Applicants for this $1,000 scholarship had to maintain a GPA of 2.8 or higher, pursue a degree in criminal justice, and submit a short essay explaining why they have chosen criminal justice for their career path. The scholarship in the amount of $1,000 goes to Bobby Clark.
The next two scholarships that I have to give out, is the 1959 Dan Evans Scholarship. So there are two. Dan is the founding owner of J.H. Kelly Corporation, and his contributions to our community have been great, just across the board. Dan takes very good care of our community. One of his most recent contributions to our school was a couple years ago, where he just walked in the door to the ASB office and said, "Here's a check for $10,000 for the Jack's Pantry." So he thinks very highly of R.A. Long, his alma mater, which he graduated in 1959. He's been gracious enough to offer two $4,000 scholarships, foundation scholarships. One is the Dan Evans Technical Scholarship. This scholarship goes to a foundation applicant that will be attending a 2 or 4 year technical college or institute. And the other is a scholarship for an AVID student who has excelled in the AVID College Readiness Program. And this year's recipients of $4,000 scholarships go to Jaden Garwood and Malia Alexander. The next scholarship is the Chris Coaches Memorial Scholarship. It was established in 2019. He came from a multi-generational family of a proud R.A. Long graduates. In fact, interestingly enough, he lived right down on Lilac Street right here, and I actually lived right next door to him. He graduated in 1995, where he was named to the all-conference football team. At the time of his death, his daughter Sage had graduated from the class of 2019, and his son Cale is still here as a junior here at R.A. Long. Chris had many passions. His family, hard work, sports were just a few. Always his children came first. Following Chris's graduation, he attended Lower Columbia College, eventually going to work for J.H. Kelly, and worked extremely hard to attain a journeyman's pipe fitter's degree. Chris was dedicated to his family, and in looking at this scholarship, this family actually went through the applications to select their recipient winner. And this year's $1,000 scholarship for the Chris Coaches Memorial goes to Madison Pittman.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Thomas, and I'm presenting a $1,000 scholarship in honor of my sister, Beth Kelsch. She passed away from cancer about 2.5 years ago, and she was a quiet presence in the classroom and a behind-the-scenes leader. The recipient of this scholarship also possesses those qualities, and it will make my family and friends proud to help further Marissa Gregory's education. She has an excellent GPA and is an R.A. Long graduate that is truly deserving of this $1,000 scholarship in memory of my sister. So congratulations to Marissa Gregory. The class of 1952 is presenting $1,000 to a graduating senior this year. And as the class of 1952 was preparing for the 50th anniversary of their graduation, it was decided that they would provide a scholarship for a student in the class of 2002. And their funding was very successful, and they were able to present their first $1,000 scholarship that year. Fundraising has continued over the years, and this year they're honored to present their 20th scholarship for $1,000 to a deserving student. And the recipient for the $1,000 1952 class scholarship is David Simila. The class of 1954 also has a long-standing tradition of honoring an R.A. Long graduate with $1,000. Marjorie Ofston and her family have deep roots in R.A. Long history, and we look forward to the day that they can again stand on this stage and present their class of 1954 scholarship. Today, I have the honor of announcing the recipient, who is someone invested in our school and will honor the class of 1954. We're happy to award Shelby Stevens with $1,000 provided from the class of 1954. The class of 1956 also would like to give a $1,000 scholarship. As a group, the class of 1956 wanted to give R.A. Long a continuing gift by honoring students who would appreciate a hand up for continuing education. It was a whole lot easier to finance college in the 1950s than it is now, and the class of 1956 has lost a sizable number because they are all in their 80s now, mostly late 80s. Our best wishes to the class of 2021, and their scholarship recipient is Marissa Gregory.
Good morning and congratulations, class of 2021. So I have 4 awards to give. The class of 1957 would like to award $1,000 to Tessa Baker. And the class of 1958 would like to award $1,500 to Sarah Smith. All right, and the class of 1959 has been giving scholarships for over 30 years. The first year it was $100. This $100 was left over from a class reunion. Since then, the class has asked their classmates for donations, $19.59 the first time. They've had fundraisers, raffles, bidding wars, and just lots of fundraising money for the scholarship. For the last reunion, they made wall hangings from original slate tiles from the roof of the school. A picture of the school is on the front and information about R.A. Long on the reverse side, and they sold them at their reunion. One was presented to the school, and it's in the showcase in the front hall. Best of luck from the class of 1959 to Madison Pittman for $1,500. And the last scholarship I have is from the class of 1962. It's a one-time only scholarship for $500 to Skylar Estel.
All right, I'm back. Last 2 scholarships that I get to give, that I get the pleasure of giving, is the class of 1964. Dr. Doug O'Connor and Terry Graff, at their 30th reunion in 1994, handed around a hat and said donations for a scholarship. To this day, they have gave out over $28,000 worth of scholarships to 27 students, and this year is no different. In the amount of $1,500, the class of 1964 gives their scholarship to Hampson Iram. And the final scholarship that I'll give today is the class of 1968 Susan J. Miller Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is $1,000 to a student who possesses the following characteristics: smart, friendly, kind, never needs to be in the spotlight, always works behind the scenes, is capable, thorough, dependable, and a valued asset to their school. This year's $1,000 scholarship goes to James Gennaro.
Hi, everybody. So I get the honor of presenting the class of 1977. Andy Gerson attended Kelso High School's 2017 award assembly for his daughter and noticed how many classes were giving scholarships. So he decided it was time to give back to his alma mater, R.A. Long. While attending his reunion meetings, he mentioned starting a scholarship fund at the reunion. When he introduced the idea to his committee, everyone was overwhelmingly in favor of creating the class of 1977 scholarship award. They raised over $4,000 at the reunion through live raffles, prizes donated from local businesses and classmates. They have been doing small fundraisers to keep the scholarship going. Art Byman, a classmate, created a calendar of pictures of R.A. Long just this past fall, and we raised over $2,000 for the fund. They raised over, not we. Andy has been inspired by seeing more R.A. Long classes doing scholarships and will continue to support this. This year's recipient of the R.A. Long class of 77 is Megan Mahoney. And now, this one is really special to me because It is the class of 1981, which was my graduating class 40 years ago, almost to the day. And I started this scholarship about 3 years ago. I was coming to all the awards assemblies and I was a little bit jealous of all the classes giving scholarships. And I thought, what the heck is my class doing? So I reached out to a bunch of classmates and we were able to raise money for scholarships. And like I said, this is really special because it's been almost 40 years ago. And when I graduated from this great school, back when big hair, ripped jeans, spandex, leg warmers, the Commodores, and AC/DC were popular. Not only did I graduate from here, so did my husband and my kids, one who happens to be Mrs. Grady. In my family, we bleed red and black, and we love our lumberjacks. This year, I'm very honored to present this scholarship to someone who has been involved in baseball, basketball, honor society, and golf. And both of his parents graduated from RA Long, and one in particular graduated with me in 1981. This year's recipient of the class of 1981 scholarship is Wayne Keegan.
Good morning. I'm giving out the Class of '87 Fred Kalau Memorial Scholarship. This is the 4th year for awarding this scholarship in honor of the memory of Fred Killer Kalau. Sorry, guys. I had Killer as a teacher and a coach. Mr. Kalau was a love teacher at RA Long and passed away in 2012. He was the head wrestling coach from 1971 to 1994, and his son Kevin graduated in the class of 1987. The recipient of this year's Fred Kalau Memorial Scholarship is Jesus Reyes. I also have the privilege of giving away the Class of '89 scholarship. This is my graduating class. 2 years ago, we had our 30th class reunion. We talked about, hey, we need to do a scholarship as well because I told my classmates I see every year these scholarships given out and we're not on there. So we need to do something. So 7 of us former graduates met as a committee. We talked about what we needed to focus on in terms of what we would want the recipient to show or have as a student at RA Long. And we focused on our respect, achieve, lead. The committee strived to award a student encompassing these traits as well as pride in the heritage of our alma mater. $1,989 is presented to an applicant maintaining a minimum 3.0 GPA who is a well-rounded individual involved in activities pertaining to making a difference in the community. Inspired by Ned Piper, who was the class of 1958, the goal of the class of 1989 is to pay it forward and continue these scholarships for years to come. This year's winner of the class of '89 scholarship is Sarah Smith. Go Jacks.
This last scholarship that I'm going to present is always the most difficult to be brief, and the reason I keep coming back probably every year to present. It's the Dennis Dietz Scholarship, and once again, I have to tell you why it's so special before we announce the winners. First of all, it's the surprise element. All the other scholarships presented today have been awarded by application, which is not necessarily the case with the Dietz. The process is by nomination from the scholarship committee as well as Dennis's family. Dennis was a popular RA Long student athlete in 1994 when he tragically lost his life in a car accident just prior to graduation. In selecting the scholarships, we look for students who evidence some shared characteristics with Dennis. He played sports, studied 3 foreign languages simultaneously, starred in the pep assembly in a Neil Young lip sync, rode his Klein bike, wore a knit beanie before the hat rule, and had an impish, engaging grin and great personality. For his teachers, such as myself, and classmates, Dennis was the true definition of cool. The hope is that the Dennis Dietz scholars might realize their academic potential as Dennis was also beginning to do right before he graduated as a senior. For the second time in 27 years, I'm presenting Dennis's scholarships alone without Dennis's brothers, Dave and Doug, and nephew Deacon on the stage, and Den's parents in the audience. Next year. That's what I said last year, but next year. Thank you once again, Dietz family. As through your generosity and recognition, hundreds of lives of RA Long grads have been enriched in ways you cannot even imagine. Dennis's quote that his brothers have shared in past assemblies is, "Don't let society shape you into what you already are. Be creative, do something different. Independence and imagination can take you to far out places." Good advice for us all. The Dennis Dietz College Scholarships and Scholars this year for 2021, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skylar Estel, Chang Yu, Marissa Gregory, Keely Hash, good job, Marcos Alba Estrada, Isabel Carlton, and Ashton Reagan.
I'm Susan Donahue, Director of Mainstage Theater, and I'm going to present some theater scholarships today. First, the Dana Brown Mainstage Theater Scholarship. Dana was the Mainstage Theater Director for 27 years. He passed away in 2007. The theater, in fact, is named for him. This scholarship is awarded to someone who was actively involved in theater while in high school with Mainstage Theater. And this year we have 3 recipients for the Dana Brown Mainstage Scholarship. First, Tessa Baker. Second, Elizabeth Sacker. And third, Grace Sacker. Next, I will be describing the Daryl Duell Technical Theater Scholarship. Daryl was a Mainstage tech who went on to Central Washington University, where he studied technical theater and then became a roadie for a while, and then eventually worked on Broadway as a tech, but tragically lost his life in a canoeing accident. His mom, Chris Duell, in 2007 established a scholarship in his honor for a Mainstage graduate who is pursued technical theater in high school and then also in college. And this year's recipient is Marcos Alba Estrada. The next scholarship that I'll be presenting is for another actively involved Mainstage student. This scholarship is the Patricia Johnstone Memorial Scholarship. My sister and I, in 2016, established this scholarship in honor of our mom, who was a behind-the-scenes theater. She appreciated theater, but she also was a costumer and very much an active supporter of the theater. We wanted to honor her with that. And so since 2016, we have been honoring one student with a $1,000 scholarship. And this year's recipient is Keely Hash.
I'm Katrina Minuti, and I have the honor of presenting 4 scholarships. The first one is the Larry and Kathy Green Scholarship. Larry and Kathy Green and their daughter are RA Long alumni representing the classes of 1966, 1969, and 1989. Given their daughter was involved in the health career science class when attending high school, they are interested in supporting a student interested in pursuing the nursing field. The recipient of this $500 scholarship goes to Megan Mahoney. The next scholarship is the Mike Noah Memorial. Mike Noel was a 1963 alumnus of R.A. Long who returned to R.A. Long as an English teacher and ended his career as a counselor. He impacted many lives and was especially an advocate of the underrecognized. This $1,000 scholarship goes to Bailey Gregg. The next scholarship, the Larry and Burl Anderson Scholarship. Larry and Burl Anderson graduated from R.A. Long and Kelso High Schools, respectively. They have supported the local high schools through their involvement with foreign exchange students. They have a desire to see students pursue their goals after high school and are especially committed to those students pursuing a career in the vocational area. This $1,000 scholarship goes to Miranda Allen. And finally, the Dr. Zorn Scholarship. Our superintendent, Dr. Zorn, is in the student business. That means he supports students through systems, parents, and staff to help children grow into the people they are meant to be. He personally wants to continue that support beyond high school into the college setting via a scholarship. This $500 scholarship goes to Alice Myers.
Let's give a round of applause to Mrs. Minuti. This is her last senior awards ceremony before retirement. I have some scholarships I'd like to award as well. The first is the Brinkerhoff Family Scholarship. It's set up to reward academic excellence. The student selected to receive this scholarship is a graduating student with the highest GPA and SAT score in the class. $2,000 goes to Skylar Estel. The next one is the Pulliam Scholarship. Dr. and Mrs. Robert Pulliam have traditionally honored students for their academic achievement and community service. The amount of $1,394 goes to Malia Alexander. The KLOG KUKN Scholarship. Radio stations honor the top local scholastic students on a monthly basis from area high schools and then select a Scholar of the Month from the nominees. Additionally, a Scholar of the Year is then selected from the Scholars of the Month with a chance toward $1,500. Each monthly award winner gets $150 each. The 2020 recipients are Malia Alexander, Shayla Wynn. So you've heard a lot of scholarship numbers and names here today. The grand total of all the scholarships from the class of 2021 is $96,183. Give yourselves a round of applause.
All right, so I also get the privilege of recognizing two athletes. But before I do that with the Johnny Hammer Award, I wanted to mention something about this trophy up here. I forgot to mention that trophy right there was created created in memory of David Sari, and it represents those 4 square principles of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And this year, we've engraved Maddie Barker's name on this trophy right here, and it'll be displayed out in the front hallway in the trophy case. So forgot to mention that. So the next one that I get to present here is the Johnny Hammer Award. This is a non-monetary award, but every year the R.A. Long Athletic Department honors exceptional senior athletes with the Johnny Hammer Award. This award was established in 1949 after Johnny Hammer's death from polio during his senior year at R.A. Long. Johnny Hammer lettered in basketball, football, and track. The award is voted on each year by the current R.A. Long coaching staff and is awarded to a senior boy and girl who is popular among students and faculty and has also participated in some sort of non-athletic activity. And so this year we are also going to engrave, and this will be displayed in the case right out front as well with those names. And those names are Noah Gilchrist and Maya Bodley.
Now we can get a little bit of movement going. So the next up are some recognitions, and these come with cords. This is my 13th year here at RA Long, and I believe this is the largest graduating class receiving their AAs from LCC. Knowing that you can get your high school diploma and your 2-year degree at the same time is a pretty amazing thing. So we have 19 seniors, and this time, guys, you can come up, and Miss Morrow and Miss Earl will give you your cords for receiving your AA degree. So let's hold our applause until we get them all out. No, let's not. Let's do it one at a time. So here we go. Jake Anderson. He's probably at running start. Penelope Anderson. She's here today. Erica Brock. Miranda Gates. Reagan Goslin. Kyron Holmberg. Jade Hooper. Farron Hubbard. Madison Jennings. Kenna Kobaba. Connor Moses. Sydney Wynn. Allison Nesbitt. Anthony Powell. Cadence Smith. Roman Stolick. Braden Volmer. Bryn Ronkowski. And Gavin Yates. The next group of cords are the National Honor Society cords, and these folks have been involved in National Honor Society, I'm assuming, at least 3 years. There are a number of you. So I think, Mr. McCabe, maybe you and Mr. Donaldson can help out. Let's run these ones out to them, just have them stand up when as I read the names. So hold your applause till the very end as I read through these names. So if you hear your name, stand up, we'll run you a cord. Marcos Alba Estrada. Hold your applause. Malia Alexander. You're going to do a lot of clapping, but if you want to wait till the very end, we can do one big one for them. Jake Anderson. Penelope Anderson. Tessa Baker. Maddie Barker. Anthony Barnett. Kylie Bullock. Isabel Carlton. Skylar Estel. Noah Gilchrist. Reagan Goslin. Marissa Gregory. Keely Hash. Farron Hubbard. Madison Jennings. Wayne Keegan. Kenna Kobaba. Priscilla Luevano Busarto. Ernesto Luna. Megan Mahoney. Colin Mendenhall. Ashton Mertiz. Alice Myers. Connor Moses. Sydney Wynn. Allison Nesbitt. Evan Pithan. Madison Pittman. Nellie Ramirez. Kian Mensis Chom. Jesus Reyes. Jetsebe Rocha Andrade. Claire Rutledge. David Simila. Sarah Smith. Tammy Smith, Roman Stolick, Shelby Stevens, Kiana Strahan, Eliana Vidales, Bryn Ronkowski, Gavin Yates, Chang Yu, Grace Zacher, Miranda Allen, Bailey Gregg, Cage Katera, Laura Lee, John Olive, and Anthony Powell. Nice round of applause for all those guys. Congratulations. Honored students here at RA Long are recipients of silver cords. You must earn at least a GPA of 3.5, but you don't meet the criteria of the top 5%. In addition to the 3.5 GPA, seniors qualifying for this award must be enrolled in both semesters of their senior year and at least 3 of their core academic subjects. We'll hold our applause on this one as well. This is a very impressive list as well of our senior cord recipients. So here we go. Stand and we'll hunt you down. Kiana Strahan, Marissa Gregory, Chang Yu, Megan Mahoney, Jetsabe Rocha Andrade, Madison Pittman, Evan Pithan, James Gennaro, David Simila, Maddie Barker, Wayne Keegan, Devin Bowers, Tammy Smith, Priscilla Luvano Basurto, Madison Jennings, Shelby Stevens, Jaden Ish, Bryn Ronkowski, Ernesto Luna, Alice Myers, Ashton Mertiz, William Vasquez Aguilar, Ashton Reagan, Erica Brock, Sydney Wynn, Jesus Reyes, Jake Anderson, Miranda Allen, Skylar Rode, Jaden Garwood, Bailey Gregg, Chloe Oberlo, Gavin Yates, Isabel Carlton, Todd Flood, Reagan Goslin, Allison Nesbitt, Keely Hash, Maria Virgin, and Cadence Smith. Congratulations to all of you. The Gold Cord. The Washington Principal Scholar Program was created to honor the top 5% of the class for their scholarship and their leadership. Will the following students stand to receive their gold cords? Malia Alexander, Skylar Estel, Roman Stolick, Penelope Anderson, Noah Gilchrist, Connor Moses, Maya Bodley, and Sarah Smith. Congratulations on a job well done. To our valedictorians and our salutatorian, you will have a medal that you get to wear graduation. We do have 4 valedictorians this year. So if you stand and receive your medal, Malia Alexander, Skylar Estel, Shayla Wynn, and Roman Stolick. And our salutatorian this year goes to Penelope Anderson. Big round of applause for those guys. That's a lot of work. And then we have the Washington State Honors Award. I don't think, Diane, I'm going to show the video for time's sake. The top 5% of this year's Washington State High School graduating seniors will receive honors awards selected by the Washington State Superintendent of Public Instruction. Eligible students are determined in an index score that equals the weight to their GPA and SA and ACT test scores. Furthermore, the student must have completed 75% of the required credits for graduation and be enrolled in both semesters in their senior year in core academic areas. We have a number of recipients that are receiving this award from Washington State. Here we go. Malia Alexander. Let's hold. Well, there's enough. We'll just wait and big a clap at the end. Shayla Wynn. Penelope Anderson. Connor Moses. Sarah Smith. Marissa Gregory. Megan Mahoney. Madison Pittman. Megan's right back there. Huh? No. Skylar Estel. Roman Stolick. Noah Gilchrist. Maya Bodley. Kiana Strahan. Chang Yu. And Jetsabe Rocha Andrade. Congratulations.
Good morning. Can you hear that? Good morning. Oh, that's better. Thank you. Congratulations. You guys have had a journey, and I'm so grateful that I was part of that journey and excited to see where that goes. I have some awards today. First is the Rona Crest Award. Rona Crest was killed in an accident in part of 1964 class. She was an amazing, excellent student, and she was really active in Honor Society and Drama Club, International Relations, and annual staff. She is remembered with a great love by her classmates, and even now, 57 years later, you, the senior class, vote on the recipient of this award. They vote based on the friendliness, willingness to work behind the scenes, high ideals, good scholarship, loyalty, and genuine consideration for all. This year's Rona Crest Award goes to Malia Alexander. The next one is the Hammond Trophy. This is based upon service, emphasizing consistency in service to school and citizenship, and what it means to be an RA Long student, which is the Respect, Achieve, Lead standards. 3 recipients this year of the Hammond Trophy go to Isabel Carlton, Keely Hash, and Sarah Smith. Next is the Danforth Award. This is based on qualities of outstanding character and scholarship. There are 2 award winners this year, going to Malia Alexander and Noah Gilchrist. The next award is the Balfour Award. Selection is based on the highest scholarship, loyalty to RA Long, the standards and philosophy of the school. 3 recipients of this award this year: Skylar Estel, Shayla Wynn, and Roman Stolick.
The last award I have today is the Lois Stanley Award. This award is in honor of Lois Stanley, who worked as a counselor and a teacher at R.A. Long High School from 1992 to 1998. She was particularly successful working with students who were trying to overcome serious problems or who had given up on their futures. Lois was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease and spent the last 2 years persevering as she used a cane and then 2 canes, then specialty boots, then braces, and finally came to work at R.A. Long in a wheelchair. Lois spent final days at hospice surrounded by grateful students and ex-students. The award this year for the Lois Stanley goes to Ms. Bailey Gregg.
We are getting close, real close. The last award, well, we have a couple more awards, and it's too bad the underclassmen weren't here. But the first one is in regards to one of our senior class members. It's the White Gown Award. And we started this tradition 4 or 5 years ago. And we wanted to, the goal was to recognize somebody that you all knew kind of their story and their journey and the things they had gone through to get to where they are today. That despite all the obstacles, they're getting ready to stand on the stage and earn their diploma at R.A. Long High School. And this year, the recipient of the white gown, and we have the white gown, we do have white cords for today, but your recipient of the white gown goes to Aaliyah Gomez Gonzalez. Congratulations. So the last awards that we cover in this, and usually we have 950 people in here, and then we have to wait for these guys to come run down here and get their awards. So hopefully you're watching in your classroom and you can come down and get your award. So it's the freshmen. Again, you guys have had some time to maybe mentor some of these kids, or at least tell them to knock it off in the hallway. But these kids you probably didn't have to do that for. These are outstanding students that were selected by teachers to earn this honor. So the freshman girl of the year goes to Audrey Zadunich. Our freshman boy of the year, Jared Childers. Sophomore girl of the year, Avery Moon. Sophomore boy of the year, Jackson Please. Junior girl of the year, Miranda Berquist. And junior boy of the year, Houston Wynn. I think we got through I don't know, I see a couple of sleepers back there, but we did go through about 25 pages of awards, but we do have one last award before we get out of here. Jetsabe Rocha Andrade to present Teacher of the Year.
Thank you. I am very honored to present this year's Teacher of the Year award. This teacher has spent countless hours to make sure that every student is sitting in the auditorium right now. They have seen us grow throughout our years in high school, literally, except me, I'm still short. This teacher is hardworking, determined, and focused on making sure kids are not procrastinating. They are such a caring person, and they do not play around when it comes to their students. They have helped seniors this year by giving them information in the beginning of class, asking questions to benefit our future, and work days, but at the same time, still learning and educating us on the subject material. Deadlines are probably their favorite thing to give out. I have had this teacher multiple times, and even when I didn't have them, they were always a great teacher to talk to. They have gone out of their way to remember important events like birthdays or just a special event in general. Your avid family members will miss you dearly next year. Please help me welcome the one and only Mrs. Reeves.
To the class of 2021, you have reinvented me as a teacher, teaching me how to give pieces of new learning, pieces of being able to help in other areas where I didn't think I could help, and being able to see people and believe in people that just think they're doubtful, and saying to them, you can do this, even though it might be a hard lesson. Sometimes at least you can do that in other ways. You guys are amazing individuals. I thank you for this so much. To my AVID class, my human beings, my family, thank you for everything that you have done for me over the past 4 years. I wish you all the best. I can't even talk right now. I wish you all the best and hope that everything you know that you can do whatever you need to do after you step out of here. But remember to celebrate yourselves right now. That's the biggest thing you can do in everything that you're accomplishing at this really, really, really hard time. But you've done it, and keep that in mind for yourself. Thank you very much. I don't know what else to say.
Wow, that was touching. Thank you all for being here today. You've been a great audience. Congratulations again to everybody, all our recipients. If you were a class winner from the presentation at the beginning, Jody will have your certificates out in the front lobby. You guys are amazing. Be safe. Do the right thing.